I have a giant, creepy, big black tank in my basement. I don't know what it is, I don't know what it was used for, and I don't know how long that it's been here. Based on these alien hieroglyphics written on the wall in the room right on the other side of the creepy big black tank, I would guess that it's been here for a long time. Our goal for today is to try to tear it out. We want no more big black tank. And what?
And not get hurt.
Oh, Roman, you take all the fun out of everything. When it comes to the big black tank that has lived beneath my living room floor forever, we don't know if it contains flammable materials. We literally don't know what the tank was used for. Number two, pretty sure it's full. This is a 1,000-gallon tank. If it is full, that's like 8,000 pounds. Number three, if it is full, how do we empty it? Number four, based on the size of these welds, I have a heavy assumption that this thing is not a tin can. I would guess probably 1/4 inch thick. How do you cut through that? Number five, this miraculous giant creepy big black tank sits on blocks 3 feet off the ground, and we literally just have these little baby pieces of wood wedged underneath to keep it from rolling off. So, how do we keep this from crushing us? And then last but not least, I have to work with Roman.
What?
Before we did any of the demo on the house and got started restoring it, I discovered a newspaper article that had a whole write-up of the house way back in the 1930s when it was built. And in the article, it said that there was a pressurized water system built into the house. So if I had to guess, I would say the giant big black tank has something to do with the pressurized water system. And due to how over the top everything else was in the house and as big as it was, I could also see this giant big black tank being used for fuel oil. And if anybody is going to know for sure, it would be my Uncle Orlin, who moved into this house when the house was only 10 years old. So if he doesn't know, nobody knows. So you know the big black tank in the basement?
Yeah.
What was that exactly used for?
I don't know.
Since we need to find out if this tank is actually full or not, I'm gonna start by opening this valve or see if I can get it to open. If this does have gas in it, we should at least be able to hear it and smell it. It opened. Okay, we don't have anything in there. Oh, there's pressure in there.
That's it.
That is disgusting.
Did I tell you I have an appointment today? It's actually right now.
Looking in there, it's black and it's kind of like oily, like it's gummy black. Just like, literally, like if you put oil inside of a bucket, like used engine oil, and then dumped it out and then it gets some dirt on it and stuff, that gummy blackness. That's exactly what that looks like. I don't know, you can see it.
Well, you can shove the wire in it to see.
Oh, see how full it is? That's a great idea.
Full and how much or what kind of liquid there is.
Yeah, watch this be like a battery of sorts, and then when it gets in contact with copper is when it detonates it. Okay, I guess we'll see if it's full. Oh no. Is that wet?
No. Oh yeah.
It's full. I put that in there 1/4 inch. It smells like rotten eggs. Yeah, that's water. Okay, maybe this did have something to do with the pressure system for the water in the house. 14 feet?
Yeah.
tank is 1,106 gallons of water. Since this is full, we have a floor drain on the other side of the basement. This is way up here, floor drain's down on the floor. I think we can use a little bit of physics to our advantage. What would that be called? The physics of fluids? I don't know. We're gonna try to make a hole in the top, put a garden hose in it, and see if we can siphon the water out. That way we can get it empty that way. And this will run down the drain, we won't have a big mess, then we'll have an empty tank that we have to try to figure out how to cut up after that. Ooh, it's steaming. I think we can get a hose down in that now. Look how thick that metal was. Oh, look at that. You can see down in there all that gummy, nasty water. Holy cow. Look how thick that metal was. We're gonna try to take a hose down in there now, stick it in there and see if we can get it to siphon out. Ugh. Wait, did I just see a shark?
There's a garden hose.
Fun fact, water is 29 times better at dissipating heat than air. So if you need to cool something down, put it in water. Okay, let's give that a try. Is it siphoning?
No, you have to do your part. Kiss her.
Yeah, kiss the hose. Disgusting. At this rate, it's only going to take 9 years for that tank to empty out. Come on, tank. Hey, did that work? No way.
Finally wash our toilet.
Well, you're the one who did that before you flushed it, so.
Not even.
We went old-fashioned on this one. See, back in the day with the cavemen, when they were working on giant big black tanks in people's basements, they wouldn't have had electricity to run an electric water pump. They wouldn't have had fuel to throw fuel in it and run just a regular gas-powered pump. So they would have had to rely on siphoning, which is exactly what we have going on here. What we did is we just stuck the hose all the way. It's touching the bottom of the big black tank. And then it's just running, does a circle loop-de-loop, 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 all the way through here. Roman's probably still washing stuff in here. Yes, he is. Oh, that does not smell good at all.
Smells better already after this toilet being cleaned up. You're welcome.
Roman was watching Moana this weekend and he just learned about the You're Welcome song. But then I tried using my mouth to suck on the hose. We needed to get the hose full of water, but I just did not have enough pressure in my lungs to do it, I guess. So Roman took the shop vac and he stuck the hose down in there, and this was able to give it enough suction. And now we have flowing water.
Cole really needs to know how long it will take us and how much money we're gonna make by draining this tank. We need to know how many seconds it will take to fill up 7-gallon bucket. That way we know how much time it will take to drain 1,100 gallons of water and start.
It's got a slight red tinge to it, but not bad.
Yeah, but it's an antique. It doesn't smell bad.
How's it taste? 2 minutes and 16 seconds for 7 gallons. It's gonna take 356.68 minutes. So 6 hours. Yes. Long lunch break. We're not in the business of waiting 6.5 hours for that thing to drain out. So we're gonna get a couple more hoses, make a few more holes, and see if we can get some more stuff siphoned out. And I think it's raining right now. Well, I don't know where my other hose is, but I have one here.
Oh, that's 2 times faster.
Who's gonna carry the boats? Who's gonna carry the logs?
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
That one has some rusty water in it. That should drain a lot faster now. We're draining 9 gallons a minute, so we should be at like 100 minutes. So hour and 40 compared to 6 hours. I wish I would have thought of that before we went to lunch. Taking 9 gallons out per minute, we are gonna suck this tank out at no time. We're actually out here right now. So while the remainder of this is being sucked out, Roman and I need to figure out what devices we are going to use to cut this thing up into little pieces and be able to carry it up the stairs. First cutting device we're gonna try is the Sawzall, or as Roman likes to say, the reciprocating saw, and for some reason I cannot get this out of here. There we go. We're gonna try metal blade. I don't think this is gonna work very well. Okay, that is going to be a problem. We need to improvise to get a cut hole started, because how do you get that to start? Nope, not through yet. I think we're in. Surprisingly working a lot better than I thought it would. It's slow, but it's cutting. Hands are so itchy already from this. We're going through about a blade every 2 feet through this, so there's going to be a lot of blades. So essentially $1 per foot we cut is what this is going to cost. So I'm thinking Sawzall, probably not the method we're going to use. But I did cut to the halfway point of this, and we don't have water coming out, so the tank is officially over halfway empty. Outside of the Sawzall, our other option when it comes to power tools would be the grinder, but simply to cut the hole big enough to fit 3 garden hoses inside of. I burned through 3 whole batteries in this, and even just trying to get a little slit started to get the Sawzall going, this probably took about a minute of grinding. So I think this probably slower than the Sawzall.
Water.
There we got water.
Finally.
Okay, so water level is right there. The very bottom of the tank. There's probably 100 gallons to go. Sawzall didn't work. Grinder's not gonna work. We have 2 other options, and one of them's not possible because we don't have 220 electricity down in the basement right now. We're getting the torch. Before we get too rambunctious with the torch, I do want to make sure we have enough gas in these. Won't be the first time I got started on a project and had no gas or no oxygen. The one says 2300 and the other one says 16. Worst case scenario, Roman, you can just carry that other bottle of oxygen down there.
Do you have actually dark shades for cutting torch?
Oh, smart, smart, smart. That work?
Is it darkening?
Here, how do I look?
I don't know, it just looks like 8-year-old girls look like that. Right now you look like you had A+ for biology class.
Lift with your back in a twisting, jerking motion, Roman. Don't use your legs. We gotta go down to the mechanic shop.
You don't have actual like welding glasses?
You mean like these?
Well, but they're not dark enough. Mask, glasses.
Mask, glasses, gloves. Okay, Roman, let's see what we can do.
We're ready to unplug our
beep,
tank from
beep,
life
beep,
support
beep, beep,
by
beep,
tank.
Beep, 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 beep. I'm trying to shut that off. That didn't work very good. We got our first hole cut on the inside. Look at all that rusty nastiness that's gone on in there over the years. Ooh, ooh, that is gross. It's a little steamy in there. We're talking some thick metal. That's it compared to my thumb. It's about 1,000 degrees right now, so I'm not gonna touch it. Ooh, boy. Oh, it's gonna be that easy. Oh, you dirty dog. Uh-oh. Ready?
Oh, good luck. You're fat, but not that fat. Cole is trying to push the tank, roll it off the stands, going from up above.
He's going down. He's going down. Throws. Somehow my regulator just caught on fire. I'm about 3-4 hours into cutting this thing up with the torch. It's definitely not as fast as I thought it was gonna be, but it's also not proving to be as big of a pain in the butt as I thought it was going to be. Everything facing the ground is completely cut out, so I basically just have the back side. I think I can make one more incision on the back. The top will fall down in. Then I'm hoping we can kind of basically take it out in quarters. So I'm cutting it in half this way, and I'm cutting it in half this way, cutting off the ends. That's what we're trying to do. Not the most ideal, but I'm pretty sure I ran out of acetylene in the torch, so we are going the Sawzall route / grinder for the rest of it. We'll see how this goes. Broke the blade. clean off. Just have one more cut down this side and then one more cut straight down. Then we're gonna have to roll it over on the end and I'm gonna have some weird cutting on the bottom, but I already have it like halfway cut with the torch, so it shouldn't be as bad. So I'm guessing probably about an hour and 30 minutes of sawzawing to go. This is all we have left of the original tank, so I need to cut from here all the way down, basically to where it touches the ground on the very bottom, in order for this piece to come off. And then I have another cut from over there down to where it touches the ground on the bottom for that whole piece to come off. And then the end caps, we might have to go hot dog style, right down the front, cut that in half. I know for sure we're definitely gonna have to do it on that one because that guy is heavy.
While Cole is away getting his oxygen bottle, we're gonna cut some more of this tank. We got more blades in the house. Cole brought some blades that he found in the main heated shop. We'll give them a try.
I was not out of acetylene, I was out of oxygen. So I brought another tank down. We are going to use the torch because it's a lot easier to get in those compromising positions with the torch than with the Sawzall and grind.
Done.
I know it doesn't look like it, but Roman and I have actually been working on this for 3 days now. It took 3 days to get this tank emptied out, cut down, and pulled up out of here. But we are on the last little bit. Come. We started with oxygen tank number 1. That one ran out, so we grabbed oxygen tank number 2. That one was already empty. Found that out after I carried it from the shop all the way down here. Went and got oxygen tank number 3 from the main heated shop. That was probably like down to here when I got it. So now we have 3 empty oxygen tanks. So good news, we know what we need to get. And better news, we are just down to these final little bits to carry out. We got end number 1, end number 2, and then we got a side piece. These end pieces, look at this. That's like extra thick. I don't know what you'd call that, maybe 5/16. Did you call that, Roman?
Yeah, it's just under ½ inch.
And then like, right here, they overlapped everything up. So when you were cutting through some of these areas, you were cutting through double. So this is the normal width of the tank, the thickness. And then this was the end cap piece. So definitely a lot thicker. Good feeling to get these done. Not a very fun job. Look at my shoes in my pants.
Yeah, we're filthy pigs. I think I have splatters in my face too.
I don't know, Roman. When was the last time you showered? You got stuff all over your face. Like, have you seen your cheeks?
And also, we learned the hard way that Sawzall was the way to go. We didn't have a good, expensive, nice blades to cut this to begin with, but then we were forced to find them, which Cole, thank you, you did find them at your main heated shop, and these work amazing. And if we only had a quartered Sawzall, has much more power, much softer. It would have been so much better.
We put the good metal blades on versus just more like an all-purpose blade. It literally cut like 5 times faster.
If you need to do the job like that, this is the shape of the blade you're looking for, and it's 14 teeth per inch, 14 TPI. Not the super tiny ones, but the coarser ones. That's what you want. So no to these, yes to these.
When we started demoing the inside of the house, we had a lot of big stuff that we didn't really have a home for inside of a building, so it got set right outside in the yard. So we got all the piping from the radiator system laying over here, and then we have our appliances, washer, dryer, we got our radiators, we have the old kitchen cabinets. It's just kind of becoming a goat trail every time we find something new. We've just been setting it here and it's been building. So we're gonna try to pick this stuff up ahead of time. I got a little carried away on some of the nitty-gritty details, especially once we get back there by the radiators and cabinets, but basically we just have radiators, we have washer, dryer, cabinets sitting over there. The rest of this stuff is going to either go on the dump truck to go into the burn pile, or Roman's big pile of wood is going to his chicken coop. So when it comes to the rest of the stuff we got back there, we are going to have to make some room for it in the heated shop, but right now we do not have a lot of room in there and it is dark. We are tired, so we are calling it a night. This is all we got for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.